Namaste. In this video we are going to discuss about an important mistake that you are doing on your journey to become more confident. A while ago I was making this mistake that I would always compare myself to someone else. So if someone was really good at swimming, I would compare myself to them. Oh, they do it so well. And in my mind I was making a level wherein I was placing myself below that particular person. Then I will walk a few miles and I'll see someone who is dancing very well, and I would again place myself lower than them. And this kept going on and on and on till I was basically feeling that I stand nowhere. So why did this particular situation happen? The reason this particular situation happened are basically twofold. One is that I'm comparing myself to others, and in my mind I'm placing myself below them. I'm considering myself less valuable than them. So this kind of hierarchy is detrimental to self-confidence. The second thing that was responsible for my low confidence was that I was having too many desires. So if you control these two things, you can become much more confident. If you are someone who has too many desires, that person can never be confident. That person can never fulfill all the desire. A human life is very short to fulfill all the desires. You must remember this. You must focus on one or two desires that are extremely important for you, so that you can achieve much greater height much faster. You are supposed to achieve the fruit of the desires before you can move into having more desires. So this is the essence of thing, and there are multiple ways in which you can control the desires, and I can help me create a video for the same if you want me to do the same. Let's move on to the first reason of comparing ourselves to others. I have already made a video of problem of comparing ourselves to others. You can refer to that. If you are unable to find it, please comment down below and I'll help you find it. So the problem with comparison is that it's never exact. You can never compare two individuals together. What or how one person does is completely different to what or how someone else does. Of course, in one field you can compare, but as a whole human being, two human beings can never be compared. A strength of one human being can be a weakness of another human being. A weakness of another human being can be a strength of another human being. You must always remember this. So again, coming back to the problem of me comparing myself to others and placing myself below others, this was responsible for creating a low confidence and low mental attitude for me, due to which I was even unable to perform at the things that were actually my strength. This can happen to you too, so stop comparing. Let's take an alternative of my friend who was actually a narcissist, that I later realized. After studying him, after studying the psychology behind how a narcissist deals is a similar way. When they compare themselves to others, they place themselves above others. So they try to find a way in their interaction with others of how they are superior to them. They have that outlook in the mind. You can say that I had an inferiority complex and narcissists have a superiority complex. It's the same disease. Someone is inferior, someone always feels inferior, someone always feels superior. But guess what? The people who feel superior get much more ahead in life, because confidence has its value. If you have confidence, you can have a following. If you have a following, you can achieve anything in life. So if you have to keep any outlook in life, you should have an outlook of a narcissist, where when you're comparing yourself with others, if you are unable to overcome the feeling of comparing yourself to others, you try to find ways in which you are better than them. That way, at least you can act well on things you are actually good at, instead of feeling bad for yourself and slowly forgetting whatever you were actually good at. Being a narcissist is still better than feeling inferior. So what will be a one step ahead is overcoming that level of comparison, overcoming that desire to compare yourself to others, overcoming that need to compare yourself to others. Your only competition is with yourself. You must understand that first of all. Okay, you cannot be compared to others. If someone is comparing yourself to them, you have to pay them no attention. No one deserves to be compared to anyone. Everyone has their own path. Of course, this becomes much more easier if you have a purpose in life. I have made a complete course about confidence that you can look into if you are more interested in building your confidence. So again, if you are able to transcend that feeling of comparing yourself to others, that's tenfold better. That way you can even learn from a child. A narcissist can never learn from a child. Even from their own child, they cannot learn, because they will lose their sense of superiority when they try to learn from a child. When they try to surrender to someone, they can never surrender. That's why narcissists can never achieve spiritual growth. That's why narcissists can never achieve growth on a large number of scale, because you never know who has more knowledge than you. A child can have much more knowledge than you in a particular field. That doesn't mean you have to feel inferior to a child. You just have to accept the reality that this person knows more than me in this particular scenario, and I can learn from them. And at the same time, if you are a narcissist, you have to accept that you can never be better than everyone else at everything. This is the reality. Narcissists are ignorant. People with inferiority complex are also ignorant. They lack the necessary information and knowledge that they can both at the same time better than someone or worse than someone, depending on which cases they are being compared at. So always keep in mind, try to be as devoid of comparison as possible. Try to learn from others as much as possible. Try to teach others as much as possible. Try to have a helping attitude as much as possible, and you will achieve growth much more faster. Try not to become a narcissist. Try to avoid that inferiority complex. But if you're unable to avoid both these things, if you're unable to overcome the need for comparison, it's still better to become a narcissist, at least on a small scale. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope you had fun learning from this video. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you did, press the like button and share it with your friends. Share it with those people who need to listen to this, and I'll see you in the next video.